is Barbara Ann Foley, Director of the Council on Aging. And Barbara Ann has some very important information for all of us seniors, including to our health care. And so why don't we start with that, Barbara Ann?
Sure. So I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that we have in our newsletter the last one, September and October. You should be receiving early, actually, the November-December newsletter, and it's in there as well. But so that people don't get caught on short on the wrong end, there is open enrollment right now going on with Medicare's annual open enrollment, I should say. If you have a prescription drug plan through the Medicare system, Medicare Advantage or prescription drug coverage with HMO or PPO with Medicare, and you want to change that, the open enrollment started on October 15th and it ends December 7th. And I know you might be thinking, oh my God, December 7th is, miles away, but we will blink our eyes and be through October. And I just don't want anyone who may be thinking about trying to get a different plan or changing their plan to be caught short. If you have any questions about your prescription drug plans or insurance coverage, I would urge you to give our Shine counselors a call. You do that by simply making an appointment, and they are here on Tuesdays and Fridays. We are fortunate now, we have 3 Shine counselors. When I started, we had 1. So we have one of the things that our state counterparts have said is we have a pretty high per capita of our senior population number of folks who've come to see Shine. It was over 300 visits last year. So that's what they're here for, and they're trained by the state, they're tested by the state, they're updated by the state. So I could never try myself to remember all the rules and regulations and changes with Medicare, let alone Blue Cross or Tufts or any of those other insurances. So their open enrollment, again, started October 15th and it ends on December 7th. And I just wanted to give people that reminder so that they weren't caught short and on December 8th saying, oh my God, I didn't know that. So
That's good.
We did put it in again in the newsletter this month for that reason.
Next thing you want to talk about the flu clinic, is that right?
We have coming up on Monday our annual flu clinic. We apologize greatly. We had a little bit of a glitch with the registration through the county. And so we're just going to, at this point, scratch the registration online. I'm not quite sure what happened, and at this point it doesn't really matter. But we got a few through correctly, and those will be fine. And the rest of you, we have more than enough, more than ample flu vaccine. So you can simply come in between 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock if you are a walk-in. The clinic opens at 2, and we do have some appointments scheduled right through that 2 o'clock time. So I would urge you so that you're not waiting and waiting, hopefully. We'll get you moved through quickly. So the clinic opens at 2, it ends at 6. 3 o'clock, we would expect walk-ins to be coming in, and we'll get you registered through the computer right here and then get you your shot. We have, again, more than enough flu vaccine. There have been years past, if you've been here a while, where we've been very tight and short on numbers. This is thankfully not one of those years. If you are a homebound person or the caregiver of a homebound person, what does that mean? It means that the person can't easily get out or they can't stand for any length of time. Please give our town nurse a call at 508-430-7505. That's Sue Jusel. She is here on Wednesdays for her walk-in clinics. And as long as she has a faxed in note from your physician saying that you are clear to have a flu vaccine, she will give a patient at home and their caregiver, if needed, a flu shot. We obviously don't want a caregiver having to leave a person to come here. And she has plenty of vaccine as well. So as far as flu goes, we are covered. We do understand people go to the local drugstores, etc. I will tell you that if you have Medicare, there is no fee for us. If you do not have any insurance, it's only $5. If you go to some of the CVS's and the Rite Aids and those, they are no waiting, but there are some fees attached to some of them. So please ask before you pull up your sleeve and get your shot. I don't want anyone spending money needlessly if you have insurance coverage.
Next, maybe we're going to talk about income taxes, right?
Yes, I have good news and bad news. My dad always said to say the good news first.
Good
So
news first.
the good news is we will have our AARP Foundation income tax program again. We've had this program for the 15 years I've been here. I think it's actually been over 20 now, because it was done long before my time here. So they will be coming again. The difficulty is that, thankfully, I guess, we've merged with the school system to become Monomoy. And last year, we merged with the senior center here with Chatham Council on Aging to have their income tax folks here and their clients to receive the income tax counseling here. Well, it grew so big, I guess we're a product of our own success, you would say, that we are out of room, free room. So Chatham has agreed in their community center, which is a very large space, kind of equivalent to our multi-purpose room, to offer that space to the income tax counselors for free from February to April. So what does that mean for Harwichites? Well, you'll still do the same process. You will be calling our desk, the 430-7550 number, in the beginning of February, and we will take your appointments. Mondays is the big key piece, and I guess you could say this is the maybe not so good information. On Mondays, we will be having the Cranberry Coach van pick people up and bring them to their appointment over in Chatham. So many of you have probably never ridden the Cranberry Coach van, and I would really urge you, even if you do drive, to take the Cranberry Coach van on Mondays. We would like to keep that busy since we've designated that to be the day, and why not save on gas and have him take you over to Chatham. So the first step is when we give you the date to call, and that will be on this station. I purposely didn't put it into the November-December newsletter because I didn't want people panicking. It'll go into January-February newsletter. But I'm telling you ahead only because there's two things that get involved here. One is you'll be taking the van from your home for your appointment and going to Chatham, and being taken from Chatham and going back to your home. But what that also means is that on Mondays from the beginning of February to April, we will not be doing the Walmarts and the market baskets and those kinds of trips. We won't be able to fit that in and the supper club. So we will try and fit those in where we can, when we can, but Mondays will be taken up for a while doing this transportation back and forth. Income tax is really important. It's a federal program. This is a free program, and we want to make sure that our citizens get served the way that they need to. So we'll be crossing the other side, I guess, as they say, and merging again. So the schools have merged and the senior centers have merged on this program. So that's it on that program. I just wanted to make people aware. The newsletter should be coming to you soon. And in that newsletter, there is a page that says something like other happenings or other programs coming up. And we will be getting you on this station dates for those programs. The way our newsletter works, as you know, is it comes out 2 months at a time. So the next one is November, December, which means the first week of October, we have to get that into the printer. And often, as you can imagine, sometimes dates of things come up after we've already gone to print. So there are a few things that will be coming up that are listed in there, but they have no dates, and we will get you those dates. So if you're reading it and saying, well, wait a minute, I've read this twice now, I don't see any date here or time, you're not reading it incorrectly. It says date to be announced or something like that. Lots happening in November. It is a jam-packed month, and I'm hoping for those of you that are here, you read it again and again and again, you'll feel like this is your second home, because there's a lot of programs going on. December quiets a little bit from some of those bigger ones, but still equally as busy. Some Christmas and music programs as well. So lots to look forward to. Please get your newsletter, look at it, and circle some dates of things you want to come to. If you don't get a newsletter sent to you on a regular basis, it's a simple form that you come into the Council on Aging and fill out, and it gets you into our computer system, and then it'll be sent to you automatically. I think that's finally it.
Well, that's a busy month coming up.
It is. November is going to be very busy. After we go, it seems like that always happens. We literally get through flu clinic, and like that, we're running. So we're busy all year round, but it seems to be getting busier and busier in November. The more I was booking, I'm thinking, oh my God, do we have any other days for this program? So it's a good problem to have.
Well, that's a good problem.
Yeah.
So, well, good luck with it, and thank
Thank
you for
you.
being our guest today.
Thanks for tuning in.